Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'll be doing unboxing of the Fall of the Spire expansion for Folklore, the Affliction by Greenbrier Games. I backed this on Kickstarter and it recently arrived, and I unboxed it because Greenbrier Games told us to check if our copies had mold. They have had a mold issue at the factory apparently, and they've told backers to keep it closed recently. So my copy was already opened then, and I did the survey to tell them that I did indeed have mold on the inside of the boxes. So if you received your copy and haven't opened it yet, don't just leave it in the box and just watch this video to see what you can find inside. So, Folklore Fall of the Spire expansion. Before I open the main box, I also got this little shadow pack, which contained 4 rumor cards, 4 artifact cards, and the Metal World marker, which is this thing, which is pretty cool. Nice little metal marker with some swords and a shield. That's pretty nice. Fortunately, it was all in there together, and it pressed against these cards in the box, which is why I have bent cards, but I'll see if I can somehow unbend these. So yeah, I got those, and I got these artifact cards, which also got bent a bit, but not as bad as the other cards. So I'll just have to put them under something heavy. Hopefully I can straighten them out. But that's a nice little extra there. And then Fall of the Spire has this really nice artwork on the cover. This gate, and there's a spire in the back. And on the back of the box, we've got some of the components shown there. Includes 72 standees and a little bit of a backstory there. And the contents are listed here. So let's open up the box and see what's inside. There we go. Check the box, because they warned for some discoloration. I do seem to have spots in there as well, which is hopefully not very bad mold, but we shall see. So first of all, here is a story journal 4, which is nice and big. The Fall of the Spire. And that has the new rules in there, all the new stuff, and then the new stories, of course. Nice big maps that you can set up, which is cool. And there's plenty of images and these boxes with info. So it's very clearly laid out, I think. And there's a whole lot of stuff in there. So that is quite a lot of gameplay right here. Lots of pages. This is a 70-page book. And all the components listed on the back. So that's pretty nice. This is pretty hefty. It's almost a magazine. Then we have Punchboards. So we've got a punch board here with all these nice colorful tokens. And they are double-sided. On the back you got some text, trophies, charge, these alphabetical tokens, danger, dark sigil. So we have those. Here's another punch board with some terrain tokens, or effect tokens. There's a crocodile there. There's this portal, hazards, initiative board, pretty cool, a big initiative board there. And on the other side there are some rules for encounter initiative, which is also very handy. And the back of these, of course, barrier of darkness and a barrier of light. And these storms and quicksand. So yeah, very nice as well. Then we have all of these standees. So very colorful, very nice looking, and they have this ribbon with the name on it. So yeah, there's a lot of these, and they seem to be color coded, different colors of ribbons. So that helps as well. And of course they are double-sided. And that's mirror image even, that's nice. And then we've got another big punch board with all of these tokens on them. These, I guess they're status effects and what have you. And these are also color-coded and double-sided with the description on the back. So yeah, see, blessed, brave, ethereal, lucky. So there's plenty of tokens in this game. All right, now we've got these, the tiles, the map cards, which I will show you. I always like these. And Folklore has thinner tiles. So they're not the kind of thick cardboard tiles that you usually see in games. These are thinner, but they are of a good quality. They're like thicker photo paper, have a glossy finish, as you can see. And they are also very colorful and nice. But you just simply, you put these on the table anyway, and you build your map and you play on them. So since these are big tiles, they're not the smaller kind of tiles that you build a dungeon with, for example. You just plop these on the table and that's it, you play on them. So they kind of, you know, they serve their purpose well. You don't really need these to be thick. And it saves a lot of weight, of course, which also saves on shipping. And this has a town during the night and an outside forest. Here's a camp with some of these wagons, campfires. On the back there's more of the town with a tavern and a church. That's pretty cool. This seems to be a jail. Here's a desert tile. And another town tile with I guess stables there. And this might be the an upper level of an inn. Here is another sand tile with fire going on there. Interesting. And more town at night on the back. Here are some sewer tiles. I always like sewer tiles, really cool. The green oozing sewage. And another town tile. So there's some tools there and lots of beds. Would that be some kind of hospital? And here are all the potions, so that might be a herbalist or a some kind of healer. More of these sewer tiles. And a market. I love these tiles, really, really cool. So we have a boat, which we can build out of 2 tiles right here. This is super cool. Look at that. That's really nice. And on the back, what's on the back? 2 different tiles. So this is just a big inside room, a hall. That looks pretty nice. And here is an outside area, very dry, rocky area with some big rocks. And then here is an interesting tile. So I don't know what that is for. This is the Spire, obviously. But it's probably used in one of these scenarios. I don't know how, but well, we shall see once we play that. This is also an interesting, seems like an underwater tile. Some kind of altar. And this is another big hall with some pillars. Maybe, you know, going inside some kind of underground mine. There's another part here, actually making this bigger. That's interesting. Really nice. And on the back, we have another big room. Seems like a ruined kind of temple. And here is a nice looking forest passage. So that's plenty of tiles, really cool. Here are the stands for the standees, of course. And we've got all kinds of cards. So I'm not going to show all of those to you. I might actually spoil stuff by showing these to you, so I'm not gonna. This is just a whole bunch of cards, and they already come in a Ziploc bag. They aren't shrink wrapped. So yep, I hope those aren't affected by the molding. And then we have these chapter cards, town events and what have you. The bigger cards. And these are the character boards. Yes, they come folded in two. I can show you those. So you can fold those open. So we have the Druidess. And on the back, and the inside, you can put your starting abilities, starting equipment. The Gentleman. With his starting abilities and equipment. The Huntress. The Magus. The Viper Maiden. That's really cool. And the Warlord. Alright, so those are the new characters that come in this expansion. And finally, we have all of these cards. Bigger cards, so let me show you those as well. I can hold these up a bit closer. So the Anatomist. And on the back, these are all, I don't know if they're all like that, but this one has that image on the back. The Guildmaster. Here is a Magma Guardian. Ooh. Nice. A Master Ifrit. A Plague Doctor. Can't have a fantasy game without a Plague Doctor. The Sea Prince. It's an interesting character. The Succubus. A Crocodile. And that one is double-sided. Skirmish. You can use them in the skirmish game. A Cutthroat. Also with a skirmish side. The Desert Scorpion. Skirmish. A Djinn. Skirmish. A Flesh Construct. A Naga. A Necromancer. Some Ooze. Really like the art for that one. A Satyr, or a Satyr, however you want to pronounce it. A Sea Singer, kind of like a deep one. A Wisp, nice blue flaming skull. Here's a rogue character, so you can use one of your player characters as a baddie. A Dust Storm, so Hazard, that's what those tokens are used for, or Quicksand. And here are the characters again. So we have the Druidess, while living and while ghost, which is cool. And there are actually minis for those as well. The Gentleman, I like his mustache. And the Ghostly Gentleman. The Huntress. And her ghostly form. The Magus. His ghostly form. The Viper Maiden. And finally, the Warlord. Right, so those were all of the cards in here. So that's quite a lot of paperwork there. There's this cardboard insert that looks wooden. I'll just take that out. And yeah, we have some discoloration spots in here as well, as you can see. So be careful with that. If you have this game or you're getting this game, check that. And Greenbrier Games have sent out a survey if you have this problem. Don't forget to fill in that survey and hopefully they will come up with a solution. But for now, just keep it apart from your other games. And so that was my unboxing of the Fall of the Spire expansion for Folklore, the Affliction by Greenbrier Games. Keep an eye on their Kickstarter updates or on their Facebook page, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can follow that to see what their solution will be for the mold problem if you also back this game. And that's it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also consider becoming a patron to my channel. There's a Patreon link at the end of this video and in the description below, and that really helps me to keep making content for you and is of course very much appreciated, and you can get your name in the credits at the end of this video as well. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.